cloud, not just one platform. There's multiple cloud platforms that we kind of increasingly rely on. Today's cloud platforms makes upfront capital investments to almost zero. Still, there is some, I want to say, pristine applications and data we would want to close chest in our physical servers. But at the same time, as I look at our organization's global strategy and direction, it is very pro-cloud and absolutely hybrid cloud. The intention is not to stay with one cloud provider as such.
I appreciate that very much, and I am curious if we just talk maybe about the cloud providers for a second. Do you see any pros or cons or use cases where one is better than the other? Obviously, the big three being Microsoft, AWS, and Google trailing behind but catching up, and certainly putting a lot of investment dollars into catching up. But if you were looking at the big three cloud players, sir, are there any pros, cons, or use cases where you think one is better than the other when it comes to data sets?
To be honest, it's really hard to answer that, right? Because I could cite an example and give an answer now, but I would be wrong 3 weeks from now. So, and that's how volatile and dynamic this space is, and I completely respect that. In fact, I love that aspect. So, to be honest, yes, there's no answer to that. I think I had a point a few months back, for example, on Azure's ability to support end-to-end data management, but now I'm already wrong. So last December, they came up with this ecosystem of tools to better manage data from a 360-degree perspective. There's a lot of PaaS services that are on offering. So, and likewise for GCP, AWS, and so on. So increasingly, I see them catching up in a much more agile mindset, in a much more incremental feature mindset. So I wouldn't be able to choose one versus the other. In fact, before joining here, I was in a previous organization where we were completely an AWS shop. Here, our primary, of course, cloud service provider continues to be Azure, but that doesn't stop us from looking beyond Azure. If there are specific areas where we want to go multi, and of course, it's not just these big three. So we of course have we have Workday, we have Salesforce.com. So I think cloud is not just about the ecosystem here. It's about all those upfront transactional systems and SaaS services that we want to focus on. So that's the entire setup.
Is a company like Snowflake attractive to you? Is this something that you're utilizing? And if you look forward, do you believe it's a niche, or is this something that can grow into a dominant player?
We've started looking at Snowflake. I think that a couple of use cases where we're actively looking at how do we use Snowflake. I think personally for me, it is too early to comment on the longevity of using Snowflake, or the breadth of services we're going to look at a platform like that. It's a wonderful platform. It's a great concept. There's a lot of promise. My bigger worry is more around internal readiness, for a platform like that. Is it really a Ferrari I'm trying to learn driving from, or So I think there's naturally one aspect to it. The other aspect to it is also around, is it really a panacea for all data troubles? So I think specific areas. Naturally, I did not want to go super broad with all activities, or looking at how they could support some of our AI industrialization or AI exploration thought processes, but still in a wait and a watch zone from my perspective.